Welcome to this short tutorial on creating and sharing journals in ePortfolio. In some courses, you will find that there will be substantial use of the ePortfolio journal as they incorporate reflective exercises in which a journal is used to record your thoughts on topics and then shared with your tutor. So in this tutorial, we will show you how to create these journals and then how to make them available to your tutors. All journals created in ePortfolio begin as private documents. They are intended for you to track your personal progress or thoughts as a student. They are created as something separate from your pages and collections. No one has access to any of your journals until the time you incorporate them into a page, which you then share with others. Since this is a two-step process, let's first walk through how to create a journal and make entries. Once we have done that, we will discuss how to share the journal. Starting at your dashboard, you get to the Journals area through the menu icon at the top right corner of your page. Select the Journals option under the Create pull-down list. As you can see, I already have a journal created. If I wanted to add an entry to an existing journal, I can do so from this page. Or if it is displayed on my dashboard, I can add the entry there. But let's first walk through how to create a new journal. For this example, I'm going to create a journal for a reflective exercise in one of my courses. So I select the Create Journal button from the upper right corner, and I'm presented a page where I name the journal. In this case, I will use the course ID and my name as part of the title, so it will be easy to identify when I share it with my instructor. For this example, we will say this is the journal for the TLET 6130 reflective exercise. So after naming it, I can add a short description and add tags as with any content I create. When I have finished selecting the features of this journal, I click on the Create Journal button at the bottom, and I'm taken back to the journal area. The new journal now appears on this page, and I am ready to add my entries. At this point, the journal is only available to me. To add entries to a journal, I just click on the New Entry link and I am presented a window. I can give a title to my entry and enter the comments I want to make. Try to use informative titles to help your instructor understand the purpose of the entry. You don't need to add a date, as the entry will be automatically time-stamped. So remember, if you are supposed to be making posts along the way in a course and you wait to the end to post them all, your tutor will see this and it may affect your grade. Now I have some options where it can add tags, attach a file, mark the entry as a draft, and allow others to make comments. It is important for you to focus on the draft status. As you can see, the draft status for all entries are automatically set as no, which means they will be published as soon as I save the entry. However, I would recommend that you select yes for draft as a matter of practice until you know your entry meets the requirements of your assignment, to ensure that your tutor is not going to grade it before it is ready. In draft form, you can edit the entry and make sure you include everything you are expected to include before you publish it. This is important when you create a journal and share it, but are making subsequent posts which you may need to edit before you make them available to your tutor. At this time, however, since the journal itself is not shared yet, you don't really need to worry about the status of an entry until you are ready to share the journal. When I have completed the settings for this entry, I then click the Save Entry link to have the entry recorded to my journal. I am then shown the contents of my journal. From here, I can edit the entry if I still need to by clicking on the pencil icon on the far right side. As you can see, since I made it a draft, I have the ability to publish the entry from here. Here, I will make it final rather than draft by clicking on the Publish button, and now I will see it displayed as published. If I have published it but then realize it still needs work, I can unpublish it by clicking here. This reverts the entry to a draft, and it will not be seen by anyone other than me, even if the journal has already been shared. I can also discard the entry if I wish by clicking on the trash can item. At this point, since the journal itself has not been shared, no one but me will be seeing these entries. If I click on the journal's link again by using the menu icon at the top of the window, I will be brought back to the list of journals where I can see how many journals I have and how many entries each one has. I don't have the ability to share a journal from this area since this type of content is private by default, and I am the only one who can view any of my content files. To share the journal, I must create an ePortfolio content page where I can embed the journal. I recommend you watch the video on creating content for ePortfolio pages for more details on creating pages, but I will walk you through a short example now. Since this is the first time I am sharing this journal with my tutor, I will create a new page by selecting the Collections and Pages option from the Create pull-down list on the top right corner. I'm going to use a template I have for a blank page to create this page by copying it, but you can select the Add button and use a template you have available to you. For the title of the page, I will use the course code and my name to identify the page for the tutor who will be reviewing it. For this example, I will use TLET 6130 course code with my name. I will then enter a short description of what the page contains and will also tag this page for the TLET 6130 course and save the setting page. As was explained in the tutorial about creating content pages in ePortfolio, I use the plus sign icon on the right to add content to this page. When I get the configuration page, I want to name the block as My Reflective Journal. By clicking on the Show More button for the content type, I will see 4 options related to journals. I can share the whole journal, I can share a specific journal entry, I can share recent journal entries, or I can share only tagged journal entries. For this example, I'm going to share the whole journal. Now I am given the option of which journal to include, and I can set how many entries can be viewed on the page. The default is 5, but you can set this number to whatever suits your purpose. If I want to protect my entries, it is a good idea to select Skip this block entirely when copying page to avoid my personal reflections from being seen or shared with others. When I save this, I can now see the journal block included. I can resize the block by using the arrow in the lower right corner. To view the page the way my tutor will see it, I click on the icon that looks like a computer screen on the right. As you can see, a comment block is added to the end of the page, as is done on all pages. It may be here that your tutor will provide feedback or comments. If comments are made, the comments will be recorded on this page, not within my journal. So it is important that you make sure You only share this page with those who you want to see not only your journal, but also see whatever feedback you have been provided. Now that your page has been created to share your journal, you can share this page with the specific tutor assigned to you. Watch the video on sharing ePortfolio content to learn how to ensure your tutor has access to your page, which contains your journal. This concludes this tutorial on creating journals. I hope it has been informative. Thank you for your attention.